So before we start the video, I'd like to ask you guys to please consider subscribing to the channel and liking the video, as it helps the channel grow. So, let's get into it. Alright, so Week 16 of the NFL season is coming to a close. And for the Chicago Bears, they were able to get a win on Sunday over the Arizona Cardinals. In this video, as always, I'm going to give my recap on what I saw during the game, give my grades for offense, defense, special teams, and coaching. And without further ado, let's get into it. What's up, guys? KT here. I'm back at it with another video. Today, we're doing the Bears. The Bears are able to win at home 27-16 over the Arizona Cardinals on Sunday. And a game that was very entertaining. A game that was a little bit closer than I would have wanted it to be, but a game they won nonetheless. So I'm not going to hold y'all for too much longer. Let's get straight into the recap. The main question, as always, how did Justin Fields play on Sunday? I thought he was solid. He was 15 of 27 for 170 yards passing, averaged 11 yards per throw, 1 touchdown, 1 interception, took 1 sack. I debate that a little bit, and had a 71.5 passer rating. I thought he was solid. He made good decisions with the ball. He didn't hold the ball for as long as I thought he did. Threw for nice playmaking, getting outside the pocket, making guys miss. His rushing ability was on full display on Sunday. Other than the 1 interception in the back of the end zone in which he was trying to hit Khalil Herbert on a slot fade, I thought he played pretty well. Didn't make too many bad decisions, despite having a lot of guys out of the lineup, especially for that receiving core. Would I have liked him to reach that 200-yard mark? Yeah. But it just felt like, in the second half, the Bears didn't really have many options in the receiving game, and the Bears were running the ball so well that he didn't really get a lot of chances to throw. Overall, I thought he was good. He made some good decisions. He made some bad decisions. Typical Justin Fields game, high highs, low lows. Still has some things he can improve upon, but I really liked the game. He played a solid game on Sunday. Rushing the ball. This is what I really want to get to. The Bears haven't rushed the ball good in about 3 weeks. This game was a changing point for that. Khalil Herbert had 20 attempts for 112 yards, averaged 5 yards per carry, 1 touchdown, and his longest run of the day was for 15 yards. Nice to see Khalil Herbert getting bounced back in his step after taking that injury. The running game was working on all facets for the Bears, especially against this weaker Arizona Cardinals defense. Justin Fields had a day with his rushing, almost 100 yards rushing on the day, 97 yards, averaged 10 yards per carry, and he also ran in for a touchdown. I didn't even think the Bears needed to throw the ball as much because their run game was just on point. I will give Luke Getsy credit there. He drew up some nice run plays, good run blocking up front. Guys were executing. I would still like to see Justin Fields get a little bit more QB runs so he don't have to scramble everywhere all the time. I would like to see Roschon Johnson get some more burn, as he only had 9 carries on the day. But overall, the run game was working. I'm pleased with that. Let's move on to the receiving game. Cole Kmet. Now, this is interesting. Cole Kmet had 5 targets for 4 receptions for 107 yards, all in the first quarter, I think. And then he went out. And the Bears' receiving game really suffered after that. DJ Moore on the second play of the game got hurt. He only had 18 yards. He was more out there being a decoy. But Cole Kmet, he's really made a big jump. He's becoming a top 10 tight end. He is a top 10 tight end. But outside of Cole Kmet and DJ Moore, the Bears really don't have a legitimate receiving threat on the other side. Darnell Mooney has fallen off a cliff. I don't know what's going on with him. He's dropping passes. He's running the wrong routes. Just something is off with him. His aggressiveness of coming back towards the ball has been off. So the Bears, it's clear whether you draft a quarterback or keep Justin Fields, you need another receiver, whether that's Malik Neighbors, Marvin Harrison Jr., Rome Odunze, Keon Coleman. There are tons of receivers in this draft and in free agency. You need another receiving threat to go next to DJ Moore and Cole Kmet. Overall, I thought the offense played pretty well. They scored 27 points. They ran the ball well. Some play calling gaps here and there made the game a little bit tighter than it should have been. They need some more help, especially on that wide receiving core. But overall, I thought they played well. I'm going to give them an A-. Defense was pretty good on Sunday as well. Kyler Murray had a tough time cracking the code of this defense. He had his moments, but man, Kyler Gordon was terrorizing Kyler Murray in that game. 7 total tackles, 6 solos, 1 tackle for loss. He sacked Kyler Murray 1 pass deflection and was everywhere in coverage. His running mate, Jaquan Brisker, also had 7 totals, 4 solos, 1 tackle for loss, and a pass deflection. This defense has been playing well. They didn't let, the running game for the Cardinals get off too much. I felt like Connor had his moments, but in the second half, they kind of bunkered down a little bit more. Still don't like, Justin Jones being in coverage. He also had a sack on the day. Linebackers were flying towards the ball. They didn't get that turnover that I wanted, but they were able to hold Kyler Murray contain him in the pocket, and that's where I wanted him. We really saw the flashes of what a small quarterback's problems are with Kyler Murray. I love Kyler Murray. It's funny seeing him run around out there, but the Bears defense had every counter for him on Sunday. No penalties really. I thought the Bears defense played pretty well. They held them to 16 points. I'm gonna give them an A+. For special teams, Cairo Santos got the bag the other day. 2 of 2 on field goals, 3 of 3 on extra points. I'm gonna give them an A+ too. Cairo, he's my guy. He's the most accurate kicker in franchise history. He played well. He got us some points, iced the game away. Can't ask for much more. They didn't muff any punts this week. Can't ask for much more on the special teams. A+ for them. Now let's get to the coaching staff. Luke Getsy. Let's start with him. Luke Getsy is still a very bad play caller. He's way too conservative in the second half. When things are working, he doesn't go back to those. He calls different plays on the second half, especially when things get tight. When Fields turns the ball over, he gets really conservative. The main play that I was really perplexed about was the Wildcat play on 3rd and 1 when you needed a first down to kind of salt this game away, and he called the Wildcat play. Obviously, it got blown up. Luke Getsy is not an NFL offensive coordinator. He doesn't make adjustments. He's not a full game, a very good offensive play caller for the full game. If he's not running scripted plays, he has no offense. He also had a moment with Justin Fields when Justin Fields was yelling at him on the field for some of his play calling gaffes or play calling decisions. Fields had his Cutler moment. It's clear there's some little dysfunction going on with that offensive coordinator, quarterback, and head coach. As for Matt Eberflus, he was, I guess, basic. He didn't really do anything too bad other than dropping Justin Jones in coverage. His defense, as always, has been pretty good. I still am not a big fan of his coaching staff. Still too many play calling gaps, still too many bad decisions. I'm going to give the coaching staff a B-, as I felt like that 3rd and 1 play really could have, turned the tide of this game in the Cardinals' favor. They just lucked out that their defense was playing so well. The Bears are blowing more 4-quarter leads than I can count. So, a B- is an accurate grade. They got the win. That's all that matters. But, the Bears have 2 more games. They're going to play Atlanta next week, and then we got the Packers in Lambeau. One more thing. If you don't feel like this is a win, the Cardinals are an NFL team. If you don't feel like this is a win, that's something with you. I don't know why you wouldn't feel like this is a win, but the Bears, especially in this city, wins are hard to come by for this football team. I'm happy with it. So I will see you guys next week when we play Atlanta. I'm going to get up out of here. Thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please consider subscribing to the channel and liking the video, as it helps the channel grow. Hit that notification bell so you get notified every time I drop one of these Bears videos. As always, follow me on social media, as there's always news coming out about the Bears. And as always, guys, bear down, and I'm out. Peace.